Oh, hello. I wanted to showcase something today. I know a lot of people have various questions regarding the different items that I make, and sometimes people want to know how they're made, or just enjoy seeing the process of them being made. I like sharing, and I really just want to share with you today how I do this stuff. Starting with one of my actually oldest items. This originated, I want to say about 8 years ago. This item did, before I decided to incorporate it into my Mandalorian kit as an easy way for me to carry around essential items such as like my cell phone, keys, my wallet, essential items that didn't really necessarily fit into the look of my gear whenever I'm at events or anywhere in my armor. So it originally started out as something totally different, but I have actually here in my hands one that I made after I drafted the pattern. This is the very first bounty box. It's the bounty box. I had drafted the pattern as a way to act as something as a DOS kit, a way to carry just essential items that, if I was on a trip or what have you, it could be just a quick and easy go bag of sorts to toss in essential items. Well, after I made my Mandalorian armor and everything, as I said, I wanted to be able to carry everything with me. So I later added a D-ring to this, and each of these comes with a belt clip so that you can easily just hook it onto your belt and go. So do this here, there you go. And you can get used to one-handed just unclipping it from your belt and grabbing whatever you need to out of it. Now, fitting into Universe, this actually can hold quite a bit if you are quite the scoundrel or gambler, or you have quite a bit of bounty that you collect. I went ahead and preloaded this one just to give you an idea. Preloaded it with something special, mind you. I want to give a shout out to Hyperspace Props, which is the originators of the contents of this bounty box. So I'm about to show you how much you can fit in one of these. So each one will come with a drawstring bag of your choice, whichever color. There's 3 different colors. But here I went ahead and filled mine up with some, again, Hyperspace Props credits, real metal credits from Hyperspace Props. So I have quite a few here, enough to get you going, and then some. So you can get these from Hyperspace Props. I'll include the link so that you can check them out too. They make high quality stuff. And also another shout out, because I have my favorite credits in here, is I have one of each color, is they made a specialty credit for Sabacc for Charity, which I'll also link, because Sabacc for Charity is holding a nationwide tournament. You can find them. They operate out of many different parts of the galaxy at different events, as well as they hold solo events. They have created a nationwide tournament that allows you to basically have fun for a good cause. There is an entry fee for the tournaments, but that is paid directly to whichever charity that they are sponsored by, or sponsoring rather, at these different events. And again, Hyperspace Props, as well as myself, Offworld Exports, as well as many other makers, we are the ones who offer the prizes. So there are prizes that you can win Namely, you can win a bounty box. So be sure to check out that link as well. But back to this. So we have, all the credits that we could need. If we're doing bounties and we're collecting, let me go ahead and move these out of the way real quick. Speed up video. Okay, now we're back. Alright, so next up that I stuffed this thing with is a traditional Sabacc card deck that, again, Hyperspace Props makes these. Go ahead and pop out these guys. Sorry if you hear my cat in the background, he's playing. So, full deck of cards, but not just one deck of cards in this bounty box here. I have a Kessel Sabacc deck, along with the Kessel tokens, the shift tokens. I have the different dice, which they also make. These are real metal dice. I have for your spike or your Coruscant shift. So there we go. I'll set these aside. Up here. Our pouch. And Sabacc deck. So this is the one based on the Book of Boba Fett. It's a more in-universe look, but they also do sell the one from the game, if you're familiar with it, Knights of the Old Republic. I love Sabacc. But all of that in this, so that you can just grab and go and have a myriad of different options of games to play and scenarios to live out. That's not all it's limited to. I mean, it can hold quite a few different things. So let's go ahead and show you. I personally like other tabletop card games as well, namely a certain very popular trading card game, Magic the Gathering. So, in a bounty box, you can fit actually quite perfectly a commander deck. So it has the perfect sizing to fit a commander deck and then some. So let's go ahead and stuff this. I have enough cards here to do a draft. I have six packs. Go ahead and stuff those in there. Got my spin down die. These are sneak peek of a new item that I'm going to be offering soon. We'll just call them mini tokens for now, but more to come later on that, not in this video. As well as this item, which I'm going to be offering soon, which this is a full-on token set. Just to give you a really quick sneak peek of this. It comes with all the tokens that you could need for your different statuses. I'm dropping some here. All self-contained, and they all actually, for your different statuses, like I said, they all nest. So, to give you an idea, take two and stack basically on a card. So they all nest, including these small ones, which are little windows. They come with enough miniature D6 die in order to put your 1/1 counters. If you have 1/2, you fit them inside of this little window here. So you have two windows, and these also stack like so. So just a really quick sneak peek at an item that I'm going to be offering very soon. I'm really excited for it. Had a lot of fun designing this, and it'll come in different colors. And it's all self-contained. It comes with the case, magnetic lid, so it attaches like so. And I wanted to have an easy way to be able to keep track of what's going on in a very complex game of Magic the Gathering, and here we have it. So let me kind of shift things around a bit. Actually, I'll lay down my draft pack here. Put that there, like so. And then I can lay that there and just close it up. and you're set for a game of Magic. Whether you're doing a draft or you're doing some commander, you know, just grab and go. I am going to start making these cases, these bounty boxes, in different colors. Besides, I did just run out of the leather for the blue, fulcrum blue, but they will be offered in different colors. Besides the standard leather, this is actually a different leather since this is the original case, but the leather that I do use, it's just as high quality, only it is, if you notice, this had the basically the undyed portion on the inside, whereas the leather that these are offered in, it's completely dyed, and it's a chocolate brown, as you'll see on the pictures on the website, as well as in this video as I'm making one. I just want to offer a variety of different kinds of leather, and with that, some of them are more expensive for me to procure, but the leather that I chose to make as the main offering is still very high quality leather. The ones that I will offer in different colors are going to cost a little bit more because it does cost me more to obtain those leathers, but I do want to be able to offer variety, as well as keep in mind you can always get your free customization when you order one of these. I offer a free customization. Normally people will put their name in Arabesh, you know, like I have Arabesh tattoos here. They'll put their name in Arabesh on the handle, or you can put something on the back. I had someone, they added a bit extra. I worked with them and they put a little phrase here on the front. Now, you know, I can't go too crazy without incorporating some kind of design time, so I'll work with you. But I do like to offer variety on these. I am going to start offering, like I said, different colors besides what you've seen on the site, but here's my special edition, my first special edition one. I actually made this one for myself, but do still have a little bit of this leather left. It was very hard to source the right kind of leather in this color to do the Rebel Pilot edition. As you can see here, it's got the ribbing on the white handles as well as on the strap, which the strap is different than the belt clip. This one has a special quick release. So this one is a little fancier. You can snap the belt portion onto your belt instead of having to use a clip like on this one. And this one also has another example of what you can put in these. So I'll go and open it up here, and it does have a design on the inside of the lid, but if you're a fan of tabletop trading card games, you're probably familiar with Star Wars Unlimited. So again, this can hold, I've tested it, it can hold up to 4 of your decks, your full built decks. It can hold 2 more in here if you wanted to. For this example, I just put 2. Put Ahsoka and Grievous. And of course, like I said, these come in 3 different colors. Here's a gray one of your drawstring bag, and I'll show you the contents of that here in a second. We go and empty this out, as well as these. So another sneak peek is I am going to start offering tokens for Star Wars Unlimited. So these are your different life hit points, hit point tokens, and they are double-sided. So you have 10 and 15, for example. You have, let's see here, 5 and 6. I am going to redesign the 6 because it almost looks like a 10 if you turn it sideways. But 5 and 6, and you also have 1 and 2. So 1 and 2. And these all stack. The same as I was pointing out with the other tokens for Magic. These stack as well. So not only do they stack with each other for the different hit points, but the the other little portion of this sneak peek, some items that I'm making, is a myriad of tokens for Star Wars Unlimited. A good number of them are double-sided, some of them aren't, as whatever is going to be appropriate. The colors might change on the final versions, but I've considered doing like status tokens where it has English as well as Arabesh on the other side. If you're a nerd like me and you can read Arabesh, we'll see if it ends up just being a single-sided based on feedback. So you have your status tokens, and of course, like I said, all of these stack. I really love how the shield tokens turned out too. Is they have, let me see if I have an example of a white background to show you. Let me get this real quick. These are made with a special acrylic so that if you look through them, it's blue, clear blue, but it also has like an iridescent effect. So shield tokens are my favorite tokens out of this set. Of course, it stacks, and I'll show these closer up. But you also have your general XP tokens, your generic stat tokens, and these have plus and minus, so it's +2, -2 to both stats. Or you have like your XP, it's got 3 and 4, +3, +4, as well as your health and your power. And these are double-sided too. Cool thing about these is, say you're adding a plus on these plus and minus ones that are double-sided for power example. For example, if it's plus, it stair steps up, but if it's minus, it stair steps down. And you can stack these as well and do an offset, so that will offset like so. You can put it on its plus side, it'll stair step up. And I'll show, like I said, I'll show you a closer view of these, as well as initiative token, reminder token, bounty, captured, guarding. So whole plethora of different tokens that I'm going to be offering soon in the shop for if you're a fan of Star Wars Unlimited, which this is actually the one that got me into tabletop card games. So a lot of fun. If you haven't played it, check it out if you're curious about tabletop card games, as well as if you're feeling a bit more like a gambler, a scoundrel, or want to test your luck. Check out these guys, Hyperspace Props, and check out their more in-universe offerings for card games that you can play. Get into character and play at conventions or events, or in your free time, or better yet, for Sabacc for charity. So, as far as these are made, let me tell you a bit about it.
So here I begin by selecting the chocolate, the milk chocolate from the sheet. This is the leather that I was talking about. As you can see, both sides have a really nice dark brown dye to them. So I lay it out, and every single piece, every single cut of leather is going to be different. It'll have its own nuances and markings and such. So here I'm setting out the pattern to make sure that there's no holes, there's no weak points in the leather, as well as there's no major scuffs or anything that are going to affect the final piece. So if you look, I'm lining it up to make sure that weak edge there is not going to be a part of the actual bounty box. And I trace it out with my stylus, and here we go. I'm going to cut that portion out. So this, along with many of the other types of leather that I use, even if it has what looks like scuffs on it, they end up working out of the leather after much handling and whatnot, because the way leather behaves is it will absorb oils from both from itself. This has got a bit of a oil content to the particular cut of leather, as well as just through normal handling, and that adds to the weathering, the natural patina that leather is very notable for. And so here in the laser software, it doesn't have to be super lined up. I lay the pattern down so that it can, ensure that I'm not going to have any cuts off the edge of the piece of leather. And so I remove the pattern and I go ahead and process it to start the cut in the laser, and here we go. And I know, I need to clean my laser. So the great thing about this machine is it's very, very versatile for the many different things that I make and do. I've been working with leather for well over 15 years now, and I used to cut these patterns by hand, entirely by hand. And with every single little turn and design that I have to cut out, a pattern like this in its entirety would take me, I want to say, a good 45 minutes to cut out, to make sure that it's precise and clean. Now with the laser, it cuts that time down significantly and ensures that every single piece is going to be exactly the same as far as its cleanliness and its quality. So in total, I'd say to cut a pattern, as opposed to 45 minutes, as far as runtime goes, this would probably, I'd say, take a total of about 4 minutes in the laser. I do have to cut the top portion separate from the bottom. Here I'm setting it up to cut the bottom portion out. That's just due to the size of the cutting bed and the pattern itself. But as you can see here, I just line up these 2 points as kind of my markers of where I can line up the 2 portions of this particular pattern, and we're ready to go. Cutting the second piece now. This machine is fully operational. Thankfully, it runs on CO2 and electricity, and I don't have to source any kyber crystals. So this piece is going to be used, this little offcut here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the main handle, and this is the piece of the bounty box that normally if someone wants any kind of customization, I will go ahead and add it on here. Granted, like I said, I can do a customization on any part of the bounty box, but this is the most common and most generally most favorite for people to add, like their name, and like I said, in Arabesh on the handle here. And there we go. And these smaller straps, I had pre-cut a very large batch so that way I'll just have them ready to go. And now I need to select the hardware. Have 3 D-rings as well as the 4 components for the snap closure. And a healthy dose of rivets. Then we also have our belt strap that each one comes with. Now to get these sorted, and we're about ready to begin the process of putting this guy together. Here is a tool station that I've set up where I have both the hand crank sewing machine that I normally use for the holsters and the belts, as well as the red part is the press for hardware such as the rivets and snaps, as you'll see me use here in just a moment. I'm setting up in my living room / office space where I normally work, because sometimes I just like to watch the HoloNet as I work. And there you can see my loft cat, my trusty friend. So here I'm using a glass burnisher, and I am burnishing out every single edge that needs to be folded so that it is nice and crisp and ready to go whenever I start putting the hardware and installing. It will keep its shape, that lovely box shape. Requires a decent bit of pressure, but with this glass burnisher, it has a very nice thick rounded edge that makes those edges nice and clean on the leather. And I just smooth them out and we're good to go. Alright, so here I start with one side and I go ahead and start installing the rivets. It's easier to start with one side given that the opening on the hardware press, the red press that I'm about to use, it has a limited space that I have to slide the piece into. Sometimes I have to kind of puzzle piece different items in order to make them work, as you see here. But I went ahead and set in the rivet setting dies, and I set one side first, just the bottom. Even though I have the top ones in place, that's just to ensure that there's no warped edges. I pop those out and I move to the other side. I'm gonna first, before I do the panel, I'm going to install the D-ring for the belt. It's just easier to do it in these steps. So I go ahead and mark where I need to punch the holes on the strap itself. And now it's ready to be riveted in. It's quite a riveting process. Before I do, I want to add my maker's mark. there it is. Turned out great. Okay, now to set the rivets for the D-ring strap. Alright, and now to continue on with the same process on the other side, setting the bottom rivets. And since both sides have the lower rivets set, I can go ahead and set the top rivets now and finish out the sides. There we are. Both of the top sides of the panels are done. So I go ahead and crease and fold down the flaps that help to keep the items in. And now, time to move forward. I'm going to start adding the different straps. So I'm punching the holes for these so that way we're good to go. I have both the retainer straps for the front as well as the main strap that helps to hold it open, the long one there. And we're solid. And here's the main retainer strap. Now before I add the two D-rings on the other end of the retainer strap, I go ahead and rivet the two corners of the lid. And this gives me a more solid idea of where the main retainer strap as well as the snap closure is going to line up on the main box. Please forgive my dirty hands. That's just soot from the laser. I clean these off after I'm done putting them together. But here we are, we're moving to add the nap closure. So I'm lining that up. Like I said, finishing out the corners of the lid makes it easier to get all of that lined up. And next up, we're gonna add the snaps. Okay, and now for the finishing component, we're adding the main strap, the handle, the carry handle. And there we go. With that, we have a brand new crafted bounty box ready for its new owner to take it on all of their adventures. Let's get this packaged up. So for each of my orders, I like to write a personal thank you, and I'd like to take this time to actually personally thank you for watching the process from start to finish of one of my creations. It really means a lot to me that so many people are interested in what I do and how I create the different things that I create. So this is just an added thing that I like to include with each and every single one of my orders as a handwritten thank you. Here's a red pouch. Like I said, they come in 3 different color options. You could choose a tan one, you can choose a red one as you see here, or you can choose a gray one. And I'm wrapping up the belt clip and setting in the packing paper. Next up, we have the main packaging. And I really care about the presentation of these different items. I want to make it a special experience when you receive your item and you go to open it up for the first time. To me, that's just as important as the item itself. Offworld Exports. I think I've heard of them. Here, I use the shipping label itself as the means of closure for the box. This saves on having to use tape, and I think if anything it's more presentable in the end. And I'm putting on the final touch, the Offworld Exports label. And it's done, ready for export.
Welcome back. Thanks for checking that out. I really like to share the process as well as different things that I have in the works. you know, including how I make them, how my brain works. Yeah, thanks for checking that out. I really enjoyed making this video. This is the first video of its kind, first video that I've ever done for YouTube like this, talking to you, the royal you watching. But I had a lot of fun showing the process, how it's made, as well as giving you previews of different things that are to come. I do want to start offering not only these bounty boxes, but also my other items, such as, I make the scoundrel holsters and the scoundrel belts. I do want to offer different items in different combinations, so that you can get bundles at a better price, because at the end of the day, I don't want to price my different items unfairly, because that's one of the motivators that got me into making and offering things. Is not only do I have different ideas for items, but I've seen what other items are going for, and I wanted to make something that is more attainable for just anybody. So I wanted to create appealing items at appealing prices, and now I want to make appealing bundles and combinations of things that are bundled at a friendly price. So look for that in the future, especially when I start offering these different items that I previewed to you, just as an example. So I could bundle a bounty box with some tokens, for example, or so on and so forth, which, thanks for checking that out. I really like getting to show you the different things that are in the works as well. So like I said, this is my first video. Definitely look forward to the feedback that I get. I always look forward to feedback from my different items that I've sold to people. So be sure to share that in the comments. If you have purchased from me too, I do want to start sharing photos of how you incorporate the different items that I make into your kit, into your costume, into your daily life, because I do create items that can very well be used for just daily use. So let me know what you think, and if you have any photos, if you've purchased from me before, I am going to start reaching out to people to be able to ask them, hey, are you okay with me sharing some photos of, because I get people sending me pictures of how they've incorporated it into their gear. Really always enjoy that. So definitely look forward to hearing what you guys think, and yeah, let me know in the comments. Do the whole like, subscribe thing. I'm not gonna hassle you for that, but it definitely helps. But also check out the links. Hyperspace Props, they make high quality stuff that then, along with my items, along with Sabacc for charity, can really immerse you into the galaxy far, far away. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and until next time,
May the Force be with you.